Hello, Scorpio. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading for the second half of November from the 16th through the 30th. General as always, please keep that in mind throughout this reading. Take from it what makes sense for you as always and release what doesn't. So I'm going to be starting with these three decks here. This is the Golden Dahlia deck, the Grande Amore deck, both of these created by La Belle Anima 13, and this one is my self-created one, Shadows and Secrets. So taking a look at your person, of course, what are their energies at this time, or at least the overall energies of the connection and how it's impacting your life at this time. So let's begin. Let's take a look and see what presents itself at this moment for the second half of November for Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Scorpio, what do we need to know here? Your person's energies, or the overall energy of the connection. What's going on? Okay. Phoenix Rising. I like that card because it's letting us know that there's hope for something to come back to life, that despite any challenges that you and your person might have endured, things have the capability of rising again, of thriving once again, even though you might feel that it's a done deal, it's the end. Okay, so let's take a look and see what else. And sometimes, the old way of how we were doing things, that needs to phase out. It's almost like a death has to happen, not literally, of course. One part of your life needs to phase out, come to an end. And in order for you to have a new beginning, to rise above any challenges, that's kind of what I'm getting from that energy. We have waiting, okay? So maybe right now for some of you, there's this need to have patience, to see things through, to just give it a minute. Don't take any sort of hasty action towards anything. There's this need to wait, and it might come down to divine timing, okay? Part of the reason why that might be is because of this shadow work card that's presenting itself here, because that takes time, that takes healing. Healing takes time. You cannot rush it. Okay? And there could be certain behaviors, maybe toxic or unhealthy behaviors for some of you, emotional wounding as well. If you tend to self-sabotage progress in your life or create blockages, this could also be strictly focusing on your person, and that's their vibe right now. Having to do this shadow work in order to get past their own issues and challenges so that it's not going to affect the relationship moving forward. So that explains perhaps why things might not be moving. Maybe you're not even hearing from this person. There is this need to just wait, but it can come back to life and as something better than what you guys had before. Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper here with some tarot. I'm going to pull from my Illuminated Star Tarot Volume 2. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. So what else do we need to know here for this connection? Queen of Wands. So Divine Feminine. You're coming in as this very confident Queen of Wands. You could also have fire in your chart. Okay, the Queen of Wands is somebody who's really tapped into their courage, not afraid to manifest things. You're very determined. You're a determined individual. We do have the Ten of Wands right here. So right next to waiting, that makes sense for me because either this is something that's going on in your own life, Scorpio, or your person. If I'm focusing on your person, what I'm feeling here is they might be doing a lot of shadow work, as we see here, and they've been carrying these burdens that might not even have anything to do with you. And they're going to have to address that, whatever it is. And so as we see here, it's going to take time for them to work through their own issues within themselves. And there's this need perhaps for you to lay down the burden of what you yourself have been carrying so that you can address your own stuff in your own life. especially for my feminines. Maybe you've done the work, and maybe you're waiting for your masculine to be able to do the same. Look at this. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. I love this, followed by the Emperor. So here's our masculine right here. Things are going to start shifting in this connection, I feel, Scorpio, because the Wheel of Fortune is an indication of movement, that things are going in the right direction finally. This journey is a part of your destiny when it comes to your person, whether you are a feminine watching for a masculine or a masculine watching for a feminine. This represents the two of you right here. But as you can see, there's this need to wait before things can start shifting and moving in the right direction. Wheel of Fortune, good luck, good destiny. Good luck and good karma. So something quite positive is a part of the direction that you guys are going after all the work has been implemented and done. And so I feel with the Three of Wands right here, things are going to, as we see here, Phoenix rising. So Three of Wands, this is about focusing more so on the future, not so much on the past, because this could represent the past. All of this heavy energy from the Ten of Wands. It wasn't easy. You know, it is hard work with that Ten of Wands and being able to overcome the challenges that either yourself, your person, or the connection has endured. So it's time for you guys to focus more so on where you can end up in the future, which is right here with that Four of Wands. Beautiful energy. This could be your twin flame, actually, Scorpio. If you guys are at a distance from one another, there's a possible reunion that's presenting itself here. I really feel you guys are I cannot speak today. I really feel you and your person, whether twin flame or not, you guys are going to overcome the challenges of the situation, the relationship, any challenges, obstacles, whatever it is. Whether you are at a distance from one another or you're together and having some issues. Some of you guys could have already gotten married. Maybe this is a committed partnership at this point. But that could also represent the direction that you guys are going. With that Wheel of Fortune, cards like the Emperor, this beautiful energy from the Queen of Wands, and then you've got the Four of Wands representing a twin flame connection for some of you. There's a very harmonious energy when it comes to this card because it represents happiness. It's a very happy gathering, a celebration that could be a wedding for some of you. It's a happy home life. It's being content, you know, having found a relationship that really is standing on solid ground. It's a strong foundation that the two of you have the capability of building. So maybe if it fell apart, there's a reason for that. If the foundation to begin with was unstable, maybe you guys had a tower moment here, which is why we've got that Phoenix rising, letting us know that despite all of that, you guys can still overcome the struggles and the challenges and get here to be happy, to be fulfilled. I know that when it comes to the masculine with that Knight of Cups energy, they're ready to romance you, Divine Feminine. They have nothing but the best of intentions when it comes to this love connection. They might not have started off that way, but a part of this journey for the masculine, look, they're coming in as the Emperor. This is a very empowered Divine Masculine here. Could be the father of your children, for those of you who already have families together. And whatever those issues are, whatever the struggles are, as long as you guys put in the effort and the work and give it some time, you guys can make this work, I feel. So let's dig a little bit deeper, Scorpio. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple cards from my Shadows and Secrets deck, and this definitely takes a look at the darker shades of relationships, of love connections. So let's grab some cards here. We'll grab 2 from here, and then I'll go ahead and grab a couple from the Grande Amore deck. Let's take a look and see what the situation is. What are some of the challenges that, whatever comes through here, what would they do differently if they could? So let's grab a couple challenges and see what is it that they would do differently if they could. We have the Prisoner, chained to a loveless relationship for financial security or codependent reasons, desiring freedom but failing to break free, extramarital affairs. Take that if it applies. If there were extramarital affairs, that's definitely a cause for a relationship to fall apart, because there were infidelities there, trust issues. Somebody might have fallen out of love and got themselves into a situation where they were cheating. So that's a challenge for sure. And we're focusing on what it is that they would do differently. So this person would make better choices to not create so much drama here. Let's grab one more challenge. We have the Slob. A couch potato, sloppy, watches TV all day, very lazy, wastes time, messy home, messy life, ignores responsibilities, doesn't show up for you in a relationship. Okay? So if they didn't show up for you in the relationship, I feel for my Scorpios, you weren't going to be sticking around and just waiting for this person to get their act together. Okay, so let's grab a couple of cards from the Grande Amore deck. So these are things that were challenges, but what it is that they would do differently here is to make more of an effort to not be this slob, to not get themselves into challenging situations that compromise the integrity of the relationship. So for those of you who were, for example, either married or in a committed partnership with this person that you're thinking about, and if there were infidelities and if they just didn't pull their weight in the connection, these are things that they would want to do differently. All right, let's grab a couple cards from here. Yin and yang, feminine and masculine energy, balance and harmony. I get that from the Four of Wands especially. They want to restore that harmony in the partnership. I love this part. Staircase, ascension, reaching new heights. Doesn't that remind you of this card right here? Phoenix Rising. Okay? Because that's a very similar energy of ascension. Okay, I love that, how that presented itself in that way. So let's go ahead and grab some tarot here. I'm going to pull from my Luna Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. So even though you and your person have clearly had some issues and challenges, they perhaps have done the work on themselves so that they just aren't sitting there doing nothing and not contributing to the quality of the relationship. I feel, especially for those at a distance, if you were to give this person another opportunity to do right by you, they absolutely would pull their weight. They would come towards you as a better person because they're wanting to have that Phoenix Rising type energy in your relationship, to be able to have ascension, to let go of the old and to start anew. For Scorpio, please. Six of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, this person could be somebody that you've known for a very long time, because the Six of Cups can sometimes be an indication of childhood sweethearts. You guys could have known each other really when you were very young. You might have grown up together, lived in the same neighborhood. Maybe your families knew of each other. So there's history here for some of you. However, what this represents is nostalgia, remembering the good times, the happy memories that you guys have shared. They remember those good times with you, Scorpio. They want more of those good times with you. They're feeling quite nostalgic and really wanting to focus on a reunion here. But some of you, okay, we've got the Seven of Wands here. So some of you might be a little bit apprehensive. I mean, look at the energy of this card. You know, she's got her guard up. She's very defensive. So if this is you, especially my feminines, that's an understandable energy. Even though you care for your person, love your person, there's a reason why things ultimately either fell apart or you guys just experienced some major challenges in the partnership. And here are some of the challenges. We've got Nine of Swords. We've got disagreements that you guys have had. Okay. Maybe your person hasn't been getting a whole lot of sleep here because the Nine of Swords represents nightmares and insomnia. Some of you guys, if you can relate to this, it's like going to bed mad. You know, like you're so freaking pissed, you can't even think straight. Look at these energies right here. Look at this couple right here. They're not even looking at each other. So they more than likely had a disagreement, an argument, and they're just pissed, but they're in bed. You know, they're right next to each other. And it's like, okay, I love you, but I don't like you right now. That's the type of energy that I'm picking up off of that vibe. For those who are not together and are not in a physical union right now, I feel your person here, they're stressed out. I'm just picking up off of that vibe for some of you. Not you per se, not you the viewer watching, but more so the person that you're thinking about. They're stressing out, especially at night. They can't sleep. They're anxious or they're depressed. They want to fix this, but maybe they don't quite know how to fix it. They want that ascension. They feel your energies still. And maybe they're feeling really restless and antsy to just get things going and moving. But remember from earlier, there's this need to wait and not do anything hasty. And if your person needs to focus on themselves in the meantime, then they're going to have to do that work. There's no way around it, you know? Here we are again. Look at this. Patience, temperance. Nowhere to go but up, really. But it's going to take time. It is going to take time. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. And lately, like Sagittarius season has been playing such a huge role in my readings. So maybe around Sagittarius time, which is, what, in a couple weeks from now? Heading into December, of course, some of you guys might reconnect. You'll hear from your person. And for some of you, if you're open to reunions and reconciliations, you can have that as well. The divine masculine definitely wants to be heard. They're coming through again as the Emperor. So I'm feeling quite heavily for the masculines. They want to definitely get things moving in the right direction with the feminine. But my feminines, perhaps right now, you're more on the defensive, and as much as perhaps you still desire and love your masculine, maybe a part of what you're remembering, because these memories from the Six of Cups, they could be good and bad. Maybe you're remembering all of the disagreements and arguments, and maybe the masculine's trying to focus more so on the good memories. That could be for some of you guys. That is what's coming through here. We've got the Five of Cups. Look at that energy. Okay, crying over spilt milk, right? That whole vibe. Feeling that sense of loss and regret, but not seeing these two cups that are behind them. I can't help but feel that energy for this masculine, the Emperor. Okay, but if they're coming through as this Emperor, they're going to overcome this type of energy. There could have been third parties here, love triangles. Take that only if it makes sense. because we do have extramarital affairs right there from the Prisoner card. But there's somebody here who really wants to break free from that type of energy. Look at this. Queen of Wands. Okay? So there's a reason, guys, why my feminines are coming through with this fiery energy from my feminines. Queen of Wands coming through twice. Twice. So you feel that fiery passion, as it says, for your masculine. But you're also not afraid to be independent and be on your own if need be. And perhaps your masculine recognizes this. They want a reunion. They want that reunion. Lovers, decisions of the heart. Okay? Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. So whenever we see the Lovers card in a spread, there's always a choice. There's always a decision that needs to be made. Whether it's for them to make a choice, whether it is for you to make a choice, or for both of you. And I really feel when it comes to the masculine, the only choice they're going to make is to want to be able to create movement towards you, Divine Feminine, because they want to be a part of your life again. They want that ascension. They want to be able to reach these new heights, as you can see, when it comes to this love connection. But it's going to take time, okay? So that's the one thing that you have to remember. It's going to take time for this situation to play out. It's not going to happen tomorrow. May not even happen this month. And I know that we are still in Scorpio season at the time that you're listening to this reading. And something significant here for you. But it may not happen during Scorpio season. Possibly more so during Sagittarius season is what I'm feeling here. At the end of the day, I'm just kind of getting this vibe that regardless of everything, you guys can work this out. Okay? So that's where I'm going to leave this first half of this reading, guys. For part 2, if you're interested in watching more, I'd love to see you over on my Patreon page. And I will include the link down below in the description box on how you can become a patron. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.